So let's start from the beginning in entrepreneurs, business owners, side business, etc. What's the biggest mistake that you see business owners make when they take their dream and they get things in motion and they maybe leave a corporate job, they're going to start this new career.
Mhm.
On the legal side, where are some of the mistakes that are made?
That's a great question. What I see is people cutting corners. And I have a saying that says, if you cut a corner, you make two more. And I think it's important that any business owner build the foundation of their company in a real solid fashion. I mean, you can't skip that process. Nowadays, you need to choose the right business structure, whether you're going to be an LLC or a corporation or a partnership, or maybe you want to stay as a sole proprietor. Maybe that's the right space for you. But navigating that area and really deciding what the right business structure for your business is, I think that is really a key stake here, because you need to evaluate your liability. You need to decide if you need to separate your actions from the actions of your company. You need to make sure you're properly insured. And also for tax planning purposes, when money is coming in, whether you're going to be able to manage the tax areas properly to protect yourself in that respect. And so what I see people doing in terms of making mistakes, they have a tendency to become their own business rather than identifying and recognizing that their business is something completely independent from themselves. So, Andrew, when you go and you decide you want to open up your ice cream shop, even though it's called Andrew's Ice Cream Shop, it is a completely separate business endeavor, and it is separate from you. And I don't think that many business owners, when they first start this, understand that there are literally two legal people here. You've got yourself as an individual and your company as an individual. And companies can buy real estate, they can engage in contracts, they can do all of these things. And I think people have this, tendency to sort of overlap their business lives and their personal lives and really not make a key division on that. And the pitfalls there, I think, really run into not opening, making sure you have, your proper business accounts set up. So bank accounts, making sure those are separate and independent from any of your personal accounts that you have. Because the idea here is the moment you start commingling those, wrapping everything up, going to the grocery store and buying your own personal groceries with your business credit card, you now start getting into this overlap of exposing yourself to liability as a business, meaning, the whole reason you set up these independent business structures, an LLC or a corporation, is because you want to protect yourself from liability. So if anybody ever has to come and sue you, you want them suing your company. You don't want them coming after you individually. And that's really the key here, is making sure that you have that division. And the moment you start what we call commingling your business assets and your personal assets, and you do those things together, you end up losing that structure. Now, there's a whole litmus test of a checklist that people have to go through before they actually get to that point in a legal dispute. But why even give anybody the opportunity to bring that up? So I think that is a key one, making sure you have your company and your personal stuff separated independently. I think registering trademarks, protecting your brand and your brand identity, and avoiding anything when it comes to people stealing your intellectual property if you have it. Nowadays, with people putting information out online, whether it's through a blog, on Instagram, through their YouTubes, I'm sure every one of your videos here, I would hope, is copyrighted, because the last thing you want is somebody to come in and steal your intellectual property. This is something that you have created, and you want to make sure that it remains yours. You don't want somebody coming in and stealing that. So I think
Yeah.
protecting your intellectual property in that respect as well. And then
Yeah.
I think the last one, yeah, go ahead.
No, go on. Keep going.
I was going to say, I think also making sure that all of your essential agreements are in place, like your operating agreement for your LLC, partnership agreements, bylaws, articles of incorporation, and basically anything that helps define the relationship between the parties in your business and the nature of the interaction that you have as a business with others, whether it's with vendors or your customers or other, service providers.